Hey everyone, it's me again, Brittany, and I'm here today to do a video that I think I've attempted twice before already and have failed at both times. If you didn't guess by the title, this is gonna be my 24-hour readathon. I'm actually so excited to get into this. I obviously have not read very much this month. I've only finished one book, and tomorrow is the end of the month. So I decided to do a 24-hour readathon as a last-ditch effort to make a dent in my TBR and just to get some stuff done, and I'm in a very good reading mood right now, so I have high hopes. Yeah, let's kind of just show you the books that I plan on reading. It's a little bit ambitious, but I actually think I can do it, so let's see. Now, the first book that I want to get done during this readathon is Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J Maas. I don't think it'll be too difficult. This is where my little bookmark is. I'm on page 744 and there's about 998 pages in this. So it's not that crazy to finish like 250 pages tonight. Yeah, so Kingdom of Ash is the first one. I have been dying to finish that book already. I feel just so terrified all the time I log into social media that I'm gonna get spoiled for something, and you know, that can definitely happen. And the next book that I want to finish is Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab. This is another one that I've been taking forever on, but I'm at the very end. Do you see this? I have like maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes left in my audiobook. So this one I'm definitely gonna finish tonight. I think I'm just gonna put on the audiobook, and then whenever that's done, I plan on picking up A Tragic Kind Wonderful by Erik Lindstrom on audio. I just found it on Scribd, and it's a pretty short one, and I really actually enjoy listening to contemporaries on audio. I think it's just a very easy experience. And yeah, this was on my TBR and I'm still really excited to read it, so I'm glad that I chose that for this TBR as well. And after I finish Kingdom of Ash, I want to get to Vicious by V.E. Schwab. This is another one that I really don't think will take me too long to finish. I'm on page 216 and there are 391 pages. Not that crazy. Honestly, I read I think 100 pages in about an hour the first night that I ever picked this up, so I'm not that worried about this one, and it's another one that I've been dying to finish. I've technically been buddy reading this with Sophie since last month. I know, insane. So definitely want to finish that one. And then my TBR gets a little like, I don't know what I'm gonna do after that. But I think I'm gonna pick up Fairy Tail Volume 3 just to kind of like have a little chill time with a book. Obviously those are all heavy fantasies except for A Tragic Kind of Wonderful, which is gonna be on audio anyway, so it's a different experience. But those are all pretty heavy texts, so I'm going to have Fairy Tail in the middle and hopefully really enjoy this. This is Volume 3. I remember I left off on quite the cliffhanger in Volume 2, so I can't wait to see where I left off. I honestly don't remember much anymore, so I'm excited to kind of jump in to a graphic manga. It's not a graphic novel, it's a manga. And then after that, again, a little, who really knows where I'm going? But I'm thinking to pick up Queens of Fennbirn by Kendara Blake. This is the novella that goes along with her series, and I'm really excited to get to it. I think that this will be like kind of the perfect leeway to help me decide what to pick up. If I manage to finish this after all that is done, I have to pick between Muse of Nightmares and Two Dark Reigns. So we'll see what I end up doing, honestly. These are the books that I have set for my TBR, but after this, if I manage to finish all these, which that would be insane, we'll see what I do. That's 6 whole books. Do you see this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa. Granted, half of these have been, like, are basically at the end, so I just don't see this as too ambitious, but it is still pretty ambitious to want to finish 6 books in a day. So yeah, I'm actually going to be doing this kind of alongside a couple of my friends here on YouTube, which should be fun. It'll keep me motivated, keep me awake. I can't promise that I'm gonna stay up all night. Honestly, the last time that I tried to do that, I fell asleep and then refused to wake up. And that's how I've messed up my last 24-hour readathon. But we'll see how I do. It is currently 9:24. I'm thinking of starting this at 9:45, and yeah, it's 9:45 p.m. and it'll go until tomorrow at 9:45 p.m. And if I feel like it, I guess I'll read a little bit after that, see if I can get any more in before the day is over, but honestly, after all that reading, I probably won't want to. Yeah, I'm really excited right now. I'm just gonna kind of unwind. I just got back home from work, and yeah. All right, we're doing it. This is what's happening. Whoa. So it's 11:49, so it's been about 2 hours. I hate putting it in those terms. And I'm on page 850 now. So I did about 100 pages. That sounds about right. I normally finish about, in Sarah J Maas's books, I finish about 50 pages an hour. So that makes sense. I should theoretically finish this within the next 2 hours. I'm very much in shock at this exact moment. I chose 850 to pause, to take a break, because I just knew I was gonna like reach a burnout if I didn't. And literally page 850 is the start of a chapter, so that was actually just lucky, but I'm in shock right now. A lot just happened. A lot is happening. There's a lot about to happen. All tenses have happened. All of them. So right now I think I'm going to take a little break. I'm pretty hungry. I'm debating whether or not to go to Cane's. Not really sure. I'm gonna probably put on the audiobook for A Conjuring of Light. I'm debating FaceTiming Mika right now because we just are gonna probably have a little chat, talk about what we're reading. I'm gonna tell her my TBR. That's who I'm doing it, by the way, Mika. If you don't follow her, you definitely should. I'll link like her channel up here or down below or something, but she's amazing. So I think I'm gonna FaceTime her and then decide on what to eat. There's always ramen. Not like the best option, but there's always ramen. So, oh wow, I'm debating also whether or not to pick up a different book right now, not just finish Kingdom of Ash, because obviously I'm not even at the end and you see like my stunned feeling right now, and I don't want to carry that into another book. So I might pick up another book, try and finish that before I finish Kingdom of Ash. I just don't know how I'm gonna feel after this. Like, I know I'm gonna need time to settle and take everything in, like I am currently doing. Okay, I'm gonna take a little maybe food break. Yeah. Okay, say hi! Hi! We're doing the readathon. Alright. Aw, they're so cute. Look at them. Look at them. Aw. Neither of them have read more than 2 chapters.
Yikes. You're gonna come last.
Maybe that'll make you read more.
I know. What? I have 100 pages. So. Oh. Girl.
I thought you said 2 chapters.
Yeah, I read 2 chapters, but when I read the book, I was 50% through.
Oh, well that's better.
Dang, so now I'm over here with please. So now I'm almost done with these books, and I'm like, I'm on page 22 of Empire Storm, so.
What page did you start on?
No, why would you do that to me? I may or may not have started on page 20.
With Mika and Mayana, because we're gonna read for an hour and then kind of catch up and see where we're at with everything. I did decide I'm gonna put down Kingdom of Ash because I think I'm gonna slip into like a hangover at the end of the book, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to pick anything else up if I finish it. So I'm gonna put that aside for now and leave the very end for the end of my readathon. That's what I've decided. And right now I'm gonna read Vicious, see how far I get in an hour, hopefully pretty far, and eat my flan. I will check in with you then. I would keep like talking to you guys and like do a little montage, but my battery is gonna die, so I might as well charge it while I'm reading. So yeah. Do you guys have like, do you ever eat flan? I love flan. Also, I did just eat all my pasta. I ate that so fast. I was so hungry. So we're gonna hope I don't have like a burnout now, because like eating always makes me a little sleepy, but I ate pasta because pasta digests quickly and it gives you energy. So we'll see how it all goes. All right, goodbye. Okay, so I just finished my first book of the readathon, and that's Vicious by V.E. Schwab. I loved this. I'm literally amazed with how much I loved this. I gave this a 5 stars. I was debating on it because I was like, is this a 5 star? Is it like more of a 4.5 star? I'm really not sure. I did love it, but am I just like saying that from all my love? But honestly, this is so different than any book I've ever read, and I was kind of just like meh on the entire plot, just like, ooh, 2 college roommates that kill themselves to get superpowers, kind of sketch. And even in the beginning, I was kind of just thrown off by all the talk about suicide, and major trigger warning for that, by the way. But I just ended up loving it so much. It's just so different than any story I've ever read. It really goes into what makes a monster. Just like her Our Dark Duet duology goes into what really makes a monster, I think that Vicious does that as well, and it's just so fantastically done. Also, do you like how that my cat joined me right here? But I love it, and I really love our characters. I love their powers. I love the use of their powers. I love how well thought out this was, like the entire plot, I think. I even liked the flashbacks, and I'm normally not a big flashbacks person, but these were so useful and just like, it was just super fast paced. I honestly highly recommend this if you've been on the fence about it. I know that everyone and their mothers already basically read this, and I'm really late to the bandwagon, but I also highly recommend it. So yeah, right now I think I'm gonna take a shower, just kind of take my makeup off. It is 4:17 in the morning. Wow, this readathon's been going on for quite a while, and I've only finished 1 book. Great. But I'm going to listen a bit of A Conjuring of Light, hopefully finish that while I'm showering, or take a nap. I might actually take a nap just because I do feel like I'm getting a little bit sleepy, and maybe a few hours of rest might do me some good. Okay. Okay, let's kind of give you an update. It is currently 2 p.m., 2:28 to be exact. I slept in so much. I went to bed at around like maybe 5, and I woke up at 10 being like, I can do this, I can stay awake, and then I didn't because I'm honestly the worst at not sleeping. Last night I ended up finishing A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab. I really enjoyed this. I gave it a 4.5 stars. It is the best book in my opinion in the series, but there's still things that I wasn't completely happy with. I still think that her fight scenes in A Darker Shade of Magic are just too fast. I wish that they would last a little longer because the stakes are so high that it doesn't make sense for things to kind of resolve themselves as quickly as sometimes they do. And then I'm still really not a fan of the romance in these books. I know a lot of people are, so I know it's just me, but I just didn't feel like it was necessary. I feel like it didn't have to turn into a romance for this story to have been exactly the same, and I kind of would have preferred for it to stay non-romancy. But yeah, I still really enjoyed this. I really like this series, and eventually one day I definitely want to reread it so that I can finish tabbing it. So yeah, right now I am currently listening to A Tragic Kind of Wonderful by Eric Lindstrom on audio, and I'm really enjoying it. Let's see where I am. Okay, so I'm about on page 118 right now, which is really cool. I am really enjoying this. I wasn't sure what it would be like. Obviously, this is a story about a girl that's bipolar, and it's kind of just learning it's just discussing kind of the highs and lows. It's a lot more about friendship in this than anything else so far, and I'm really enjoying it. It's opening my eyes a lot to this disorder, and I think it's very well explained. There's a lot of therapy visits, there's a lot of talk about medication, there's a lot of coping mechanisms, and I think it's really fantastic. I'm really, really enjoying this. This is giving me such a good idea of what bipolar really is like, and that's always something that I really appreciate in books, is if I can gain something out of it while also really enjoying the story. I normally do gain something, but I mean in this particular situation, I am a psychology major, so this is super fascinating to me, just to learn more about something that I've only really ever gotten a vague idea about. So I'm either going to pick up right now Fairy Tail Volume 3 or Queens of Fennbirn. I'm really not sure, it depends. I think I'm gonna start with this and maybe read like the first part of it and see if that's what I want to read. And if not, then I'm gonna switch over to Queens of Fennbirn. Obviously I slept in a lot more today than I thought I would, so I have less time than I originally wanted to. It's like T-minus 7 hours until the end of my readathon. I think I can still finish these two and then get on to Kingdom of Ash, but we'll see. And then I think later I'm going to try and organize my bookshelves, because they're looking like a mess ever since I did my book haul, because I still haven't found places for all those books. So I'll probably turn on the audiobook, clean my bookshelves, and yeah, it'll be like a nice little break from monotony of reading. That was it. Okay, so it is now 3:22, so it's been about an hour since I last checked in. I just finished Fairy Tail Volume 3. I really enjoyed this one. I'm pretty sure this is my favorite one so far of the series. I kind of expected that. These just get a lot better as they go on, because so much story is being built up in the first few that you really have to get past like the first 10 to get into the really good stuff. So I really enjoyed this. I think I'm gonna give it a 4 stars. It's really enjoyable. I love this. It kind of reminds me of video games in a weird way, because it talks a lot about like different kinds of magic and how they work against each other and what kinds of shields to use and what kinds of magic there. It's really cool. It goes very in depth with like damage and like shielding and all that kind of stuff. So it does remind me a lot of video games. It's really fun. I enjoy all the fighting. These are very violent manga. They're so high fantasy too, and it's just a lot of fun. There's a lot of characters that look almost, if not exactly alike to his Rave Master series, which at first I was kind of annoyed at, but now I'm kind of thinking, like, I wonder if he is kind of doing this as like a different dimension of the Rave Master series. I think that that would be pretty cool. These characters that look almost exactly like his other characters act in this different world. It's just really fun. I'm definitely enjoying this. I kind of want to pick up the 4th one because it left off on a cliffhanger, but that's not on my TBR right now. And I do think that I'm finally like refreshed enough to maybe start Queens of Fennbirn. I still have about 6 hours. I think I can do this. I really only have Queens of Fennbirn left, and how many hours to my audiobook? Yeah, I have about like 3 more hours to go with my audiobook, which is like 1.5 hours because I'm listening to it on 2 times speed. 2 time. So yeah, I might take just like a quick break. I'm pretty hungry, so I might have to start making food. I'm not sure. So maybe some Queens of Fennbirn, and then when you're recharged, we can kind of organize my bookshelf around, because I'm definitely gonna have to move a lot of things around to put my book haul into it. This is actually impossible. Like, I can't see myself. I've been at this for 26 minutes. And I've been like rearranging everything. My biggest issue right now is the fact that like the reason that certain shelves are still empty are because they're different genres than the books that I have. All my fantasy shelves are full and there's still more fantasy books and I don't know what to do. But we're gonna keep trying. Oh, okay, I did it. I'm probably out of focus. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that was really difficult and I'm still kind of frustrated because like some of my shelves are mixed now. So it might be that time that either I rearrange my entire shelves or I have to buy a new one. I don't know. But anyways, right now I have 31 minutes to go to A Tragic Kind of Wonderful, which means like 15 minutes and a half. Which should be good. I'm really enjoying it. It's one of the best stories about someone with a mental illness that I've read, I think. It just shows a lot of the good things like getting help and medication and just like the healthy steps, but it also shows you the dark things. Like it shows you the people that don't do it and like, it's just, I think it's very good. Like it's a very big eye-opener. So I'm enjoying it a lot. Hopefully I'll be finishing that really soon. Right now I'm actually gonna go to my mom's house because she's been wanting me to come over for the past few days to just kind of chit chat and stuff and like I'm not gonna not do it just because I'm on a readathon right now. Then I'll decide when I get back home if I want to finish Kingdom of Ash or if I want to finish Queens of Fennbirn, I think. Again, Kingdom of Ash I think is one of those that I'm not very pressed on finishing right now. I've gotten through a big chunk of it, so like I'm not that upset if I don't, but like it would be cool. Honestly, I'm just pretty relieved that my bookshelves finally don't look like trash. They're not perfect right now, honestly. They need a lot of work, but not bad. Okay, well, I will see you guys in like an hour. Ooh, little check-in. I just got back from my mom's house and I've officially finished A Tragic Kind of Wonderful by Erik Lindstrom. I loved this book. I really loved it. I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads. This is actually probably one of my favorite books of the year. And I'm just really glad that I picked it up for this readathon because I don't know, I was gonna put it off and like keep it until later, until I felt more in the mood. But this is just exactly what I wanted. I don't know, it was really good. I really enjoyed the ending. I loved that even though her bipolar disorder is sort of the main focus in this novel, it doesn't completely take the stage. And that's completely fair and valid because when you think about it, someone with bipolar disorder isn't just someone with bipolar disorder. Someone with bipolar disorder is so much more than just that. They have their ups, they have their downs, they have the days where they don't feel any of what bipolar comes along with. And there's a lot more to their lives than just that. And she does go through a lot, or she had gone through a lot in this book, so it makes sense that this isn't completely about that. But I still feel like I have a way better understanding of the disorder now, and I'm really happy I read this. Yeah. Okay, so it is 7:23, so I have about 2 hours and 20 minutes left to this readathon. I'm gonna try and read more of Queens of Fennbirn. I'm on page 52 and there's 232 pages in this. So we'll see how far I get in this, and then after I'm done with this, I'm gonna pick up Kingdom of Ash and see where I'm at with that. But yeah, hopefully I finish one more book during this readathon. So yeah. Alright, so let us show you the time. It is currently 9:33 and I'm officially calling this readathon done. I do still have like 10 minutes left, but honestly I'm really pleased with everything that I've managed to finish, and I just finished my last book of the readathon, which I will talk about in a moment, and yeah, I'm really happy. This is actually exactly what I needed. I'm glad that I was able to read some books in November, since honestly the only book that I had read was Ace of Shades like weeks ago. So yeah, let's kind of get into it. I did manage to finish 6 books, which I'm so excited about. Yeah, granted, 2 of them were already started, one of them was a manga, but whatever. A book is a book is a book. The first book that I finished was Vicious by V.E. Schwab. I gave this book 5 stars. Then I finished A Conjuring of Light on audio. I gave this book 4.5 stars. After that, I finished Fairy Tale Volume 3. I gave this 4 stars. Then I finished A Tragic Kind of Wonderful by Eric Lindstrom, 5 stars. And lastly, I finished Queens of Fenburn by Kendara Blake, and I gave this 4 stars. This is the only one that I haven't really talked to you guys on, so let me give it a quick review. I did really enjoy this. I loved learning about one of our past queens. I think that her story is so fascinating and heart-wrenching, and I'm really glad that we got to learn about her while also being very upset that I had to learn that story because now I'm sad. And I really liked seeing the queens when they were children before we actually get to know them in the first Three Dark Crowns book. So I do really enjoy this. I think it's a very fun, maybe not necessary book. I feel like the Oracle Queen, that's who we learn about in this book, I feel like her story is going to be important for maybe the next book or even the last book. I'm not exactly sure, but I still think it was very fascinating to learn about her. So I definitely recommend this. It wasn't a full 5 stars just because even though I did enjoy myself, it wasn't like the love of my life. I didn't feel like tons of love towards it. I just really thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think it was well done. At parts, it was a little bit slow, but it was a really, really fast read, obviously. So, and lastly, the other book that I made some progress in is Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. I'm exactly 100 pages out from the ending, and I'm really excited. I decided not to finish this during the readathon, mostly because I thought that if I finished this, I wouldn't want to read anything after that. And I also kind of wanted to let myself really enjoy it. I did really enjoy, though, the parts that I did read of Kingdom of Ash, and this is looking to be my favorite finale that I've ever read in a book. It's just so fantastic. So yeah, 6 in a little bit of a book is not bad, honestly. I'm really, really pleased with this, and I'm glad that I did this again. Like, it was a fun 24-hour readathon, even though I didn't stay up all night and I slept through most of today. Maybe my next one will be better and I'll actually stay up for 24 hours reading, though I don't know how useful I'd be after all that. Honestly, I'm really pleased with this. This is a good little wrap-up. Well, I make videos Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays most of the time, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!